Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. It's a great week in Syracuse right now. We've got two teams in the Final Four, and there's this great mixing that's going on. Usually we just hear about the men's basketball team, and for good reason, they've accomplished a lot. But this year we're hearing about the women's team and all that they've accomplished. And to see the two of them on an equal footing is really a wonderful thing for our community and for humanity on some level. And so that mixing thing of both sides coming together portends well for us, I think. And it actually brings us back to the Torah portion this week. Parsha Shmini, which is a Torah reading we'll be doing this Shabbat, talks about all the dietary laws. Eat this one, don't eat that one, you can mix this, you can't mix that. Our tradition has this really difficult time with mixing things. So we end up having meat and milk separated in kashrut. We can't mix certain fabrics, we can't mix this, that, the other. And our tradition is teaching us that we need to protect our holiness by not mixing things that shouldn't be mixed. Which is to say that we need to keep separate so that we can sanctify each one on their own. The modern world, and hopefully this week, are proving just the opposite. That sometimes the mixing itself is what's so holy. And this is why some people through the centuries have walked away from some of the dietary laws or the rules about mixing, because it didn't always make sense. And sometimes the mixing actually brings things up and elevates things. So I hope, in addition to cheering on both teams this weekend, and cheering loudly and celebrating, and I look forward to celebrating with all of you, that you'll recognize that there is something about mixing here that brings us back to our own tradition. So Shabbat service is this Friday evening on April Fool's Day, April 1st. We'll be at 7:30. Our sisterhood is leading Shabbat services. There's a dinner that begins at 6:30 and a Tat Shabbat at 6. On Saturday morning we have Torah study at 10 and services at 11. And the game, of course, is Saturday evening, which probably belongs being on the temple calendar just because. And then on Sunday is the women's game. Sunday morning we have Sunday school and all sorts of programs Sunday morning, including our Jewish cooking class, our Jewish history through cooking. This week we're going to be looking at Middle Eastern cooking. In the coming week we have, in addition to the championship games Monday and Tuesday, we have our film series and all sorts of other events going on. For now, though, I wish you a Shabbat of recognizing the challenges and the beauty of mixing. When we can see that we can complement with each other, that we can bring this one that's different and this one that's different together and elevate, then we have solved the problem of mixing that our tradition wrestles with for so long. And when we do that, we might just find ourselves at the championship of a Final Four. And we might find ourselves lightened up and brought to an even higher place spiritually as well. Shabbat Shalom for now. Look forward to seeing you at the temple. Go Orange.